We're on the ride, man. This is a 1964 Volkswagen Beetle Type 1. It's in great shape. It's gonna be fun tearing it off of the frame. I'm WT Burge. Last year I built the Racing Lizard. That was 2004. This is the year to build the Phantoms. Based on 1938 Roadsters, the old Art Deco designs, the boat tail designs. This is gonna be 5 ghosts riding together, forming an automobile, except it's gonna be very small. It's gonna be like a perfect little slot car version of the cars that inspired it. The whole inside of the car is gonna be a Gothic wirework fantasy. Probably don't want to wear your fragile clothes in there. You probably be snagging holes in them. Pretty much like the Lizard. The Lizard's like that too. It's destroyed many pairs of pants. Actually, the frame's in better shape than the Lizard's frame was when I first started with it. It's got a straight axle rear suspension on it. There's not IRS. So it's kind of going to have that old car look to the back tires are kind of going to kick in on the bottom a little bit. The only thing that's going to be left of the car after we get it stripped down is going to be that center tube and the front suspension and the rear suspension with the engine. Where I'll be sitting after the heater pipes are removed, it's right about here. Imagine this. The entire skin is 1-inch steel strip pushed down across the body and all welded together. The entire skin's going to be welded together. I'm going to work on making an engineered armature that has a lot of strength to the body of the car. So it's going to be really small and compact. It's going to be really light. But this particular discipline for this one is going to all be made. It's the last bolt. You got like 30 freaking bolts that hold this thing together. This is the last one, then the body comes off. Little more. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Little more. Right there. There. There we are. Now we're free. Okay. Okay, oh! It's the Mercedes. Yeah, let me see if I can move her car up. Oh man, you can do so many things with it. You get all sorts of views for them. What we're gonna do is everything here is gonna be gone except for this part and the suspension. Master cylinder is gonna be moved over to the side up to the front here. As it comes down, it's gonna come up and then come over to the fenders, which will come right here. Most of everything that's up here in front is going to be moved back to the back. You know, the shifter's going to be right here, actually probably right here. It's almost off the end of the transmission. And the parking brake's going to be moved back. So actually, I'll be back like this, sitting in here, and the windshield will be about this high. Thank you, man. No problem. Yeah. Have a good one. Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. I told you it would happen tonight. I told you. So going through everything, fixing all the little boogers and stuff it fixed, like the clutch return spring's broken, and we're changing over to a different cooling system for the engine, and we're cleaning up the frame while we're getting it prepped to put the armature on. The motor's old and decrepit and hasn't been taken care of, and plus it's been parked for a long time. There's a plethora of problems. When it's all said and done and everything's put together, it'll only be like high as my belly button. This goes on here. This is your pre-fan. This is a shifter tube. Okay, shifter tube connects to the hockey stick, which goes in here and pushes and pulls buttons. All you got to do is twist this and push it and pull it. The shifter mounts right here, and it has a gate that goes across here, and it pries it back and forth like a lever. I can't believe I found these wheels, man, because they're really rare. Zenith wire wheels are, you know, they're really a good grade wheel. And these were made especially for Volkswagen, so I don't have a wheel adapter or anything. It just bolts right straight on. The pedals are just going to come straight through a hole right here. And there'll be the brake pedal, there'll be the clutch pedal, and the gas pedal is going to come out from the top right here. I want to make a museum grade sculpture like, you know, like Fine Arts Museum, and see how far we can push the envelope, because I want it to be pure sculpture inside and out. When you open up a door, there's going to be sculpture in the framework, and when you look under it, there'll be sculpture on the underside and everything. Oh, you know, I realized the other day that I was building a car, you know, and most of the art cars are a sculpture of something else. The phantoms that make up the body of this are actually forming a car, so it's back to where it began, which is it's a car. This is the top of the fenders. It has to be done in two pieces because it's full skirted tires, and so when I get done with all this, the tires will be covered up all the way down here. You can see it over on this side when I put this in, and this is going to sit about right there. And if you go to the back, you can see that line going around the edge. So I'm going to be sitting in here. Got plenty of elbow room, have a nice armrest right there. And the roof will be right here on top of my head with a latch right there. So it'll be cozy, to say the least. And the wire wheels are all covered up, you know. They're in full fender skirts. You can't see the wire wheels. It's kind of like, you know, getting wire wheels just to be wasted. But people look under the fenders and they say, wow, there's even wire wheels under there. Okay, that's your vent. You don't have any air conditioning in this thing. I could put air conditioning right in this space right there, but we have not looked it all up yet. So I got a bit of figuring to do. So I'm not even going to have the ghosts on the car this year. This year it's just going to be the armature of the main body. You know, I'll finish up the faces this summer when we get ready to go to Burning Man. So they can see it in the parade next year. You know, you can see all the ghosts and everything all together on it. So I'm going to take my time on this one because I want it to be just right. So, yeah, you get to see it next year.
You got it, man. They want hot dogs, free hot dogs.
You see, it's going to be projector beams like this in the shell, and then this goes on top of it. So this will be the high and the low beam and the turn signal. It's going to be on their own teardrop shape like that between the fender and the hood. These two sides right here, these are going to be dogs, kind of like gargoyle dogs. This is going to be very gargoyle looking when it gets done. This is the first time I've looked at it with the headlight bucket on from here. The night we started, it was the night before ArtCar Parade, and got it running pretty rough. And I wanted to take it out for a test ride, so I had it up near the door. And I had my foot on the clutch, and we started it up. I had somebody else start the motor actually. We just had it hot wired to the battery. And I had a little switch right here. Started it up, I was gonna put it in reverse, and a hose fell off the back of the carburetor, and the motor went like ape, just went wide open, you know. And when I reached over on the end, my foot slipped off the clutch, and the car burned the rubber out the back door and bashed into Flynn's Mercedes, you know, so. Yeah, but it's just a hairy ass ride in here. You're really low to the ground, and it's like a little hockey puck, kind of, you know. When it goes around the corners, you know, the hood feels like it's 20 feet out in front of you. It's just a strange ride. I'm rethinking maybe, I was gonna put the pedals in backwards just for the fun of it, you know, because the steering wheel's on the right and the shifter's backwards. But I don't know if that'd be very safe. So I like looking at it from this shot, from straight down the middle, because it's like a fighter plane almost, you know. So I got all the paperwork done on the car. She's gonna be 2005 assembled vehicle, so she's got to pass inspection for 2005, which means you got to have real seat belts and all that stuff. You get some Texas state-of-the-art license plates, I guess. So Other than that, I am excited because she's not just a 68 Volkswagen anymore. Now it's its own vehicle. What I have right now is a pile of paperwork, so I have to take to the courthouse to go get my registration and title for it. What they gave me here was a piece of paperwork that says, yes, you've been accepted. I get to go to the courthouse and haggle with them, which is another step of haggling. See, I showed them a set of pictures. I showed them the VIN number, and I showed them picture of the front of the back of the car, actually, right there. And everybody went, what the hell is that? And I showed them the front of the car. They said, oh, that's what it is. Says, that's an additional fancy little car there. But they gave me my numbers. And they said I look like an honest guy. And everything looked to be in order. She might actually be lighter than a bug when we get done with it. It's coming out very well. I'm glad I got the thinner metal, because it's been fine to work with. This took like 4 days to do the floorboard in here because it's so tight and cramped that you can only sit in there for like 20 minutes. All the pedals are comfortable and stuff like that, but welding in that space is just death. That's new gas tank, made that out of a propane tank. It actually holds 7 gallons. It holds more than the tank that I built, the hand-built tank, and it actually sealed up. We've got all the master cylinders and stuff in it. As soon as we get the skin on it, all we gotta do is bolt things in, and should be ready to go get her inspection and the tags. So I got all the paperwork done on it so far, except somebody spilled a whole bunch of coffee on it, and now it's all messed up, and I might have to go and do the paperwork all over again. Yep, we're ready to ride. These faces have 500 or 600 pieces in them. You know, each one of the combs right here probably has 50 pieces in it. So it gets really complicated really fast. It takes about 20 hours to do one of these faces. See, the whole entire face is a fender skirt. The whole face unbolts and comes off. The good news, I have people that want me to make some sculpture like that. This is a manual windshield wiper, which means you have to actually push a lever to make everything work, run off human power. So all you do, when I'm sitting in an intersection, I can see pretty well. I have pretty wide view this way, but it's all only this high. So I can't see the stoplight when I'm sitting right at the white line at the stoplight. And I pretty much can't see anybody's faces if they're walking by in front of me. Oh my God, somebody put the steering wheel on the wrong side. You know, that's what everybody says. It's just, why'd you put it on the right side? It's like, why not? This is all underbody coated under here, so it doesn't like, it's all quiet now. Keeps it from rattling. I'm going to be really doing a major seal up on the back, so everything will be all glued together. That's, well, not brand new. It's freshly rebuilt 1600cc dual port Type 3. You can tell the Type 3 has oil pickup in a different spot right here. But I don't want to put it in until we're absolutely done with the body. Erik, that's the voice of the Phantom. Imagine hearing that when you're going by. The reason that sings is because of these ridges that are in it, the way that it's folded up. So I should be able to put a catch right at the bottom of the car somewhere here and have the tube like just exiting out near the back wheels. We'll have a really cool moan going as you're going down the road. The only other thing I'll have to figure out is how to turn it off, because I'm sure it would get irritating after 3 or 4 hours on the road. Oh, it sucks not going to Burning Man. I wanted to go to Burning Man, but things happen for a reason. So now we're going to San Francisco for the ArtCar Parade. That'll be our maiden voyage that we do the ArtCar Parade in San Francisco. So it's actually pretty perfect timing. See, these are the eyes that fit in here like this, but they're going to be back in the back on a tin mount. It'll go down under the carpet on the floorboards and over the engine compartment. It'll make the car quiet and a lot cooler because you won't be getting heat off the pavement. Cool. Shining through the metal. It's interesting how hot it can... The more we do on it, the more there is to be done, it seems like. But, you know, we're more than halfway there. You know, I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to leave it bare metal with just a clear coat on top of it. I mean, it looks gorgeous, but, you know, one of my reasons that I was building this car was to make something that wasn't such a high maintenance vehicle. If we find the right paint for it, then we'll be painting it. The first rule of building a complete art car, like if you're fabricating the whole body, before you do anything else, you know, build the floorboard and finish the dash before you put the body on it. Thanks, man. I came back from Costa Rica and I saw the lights on the front of the car and I hated them. Cut them off. Your face on the car looked like you had Mickey Mouse ears. It was just horrible looking. And the more I looked at it, the more I was just like, you know? So I cut them off. I put projector beam headlights on it on a stand that puts them up in the air, and it just totally broke up that area of the car and made it look much better. And parts get used for other stuff. Like Erik got to use the headlight bucket from the original headlights on the fenders, use those for a firecracker hat. And it turned out pretty cool. It's just 1,000 little things, you know? This is a headlight and turn signal assembly. It's gonna have like a little light on here on top, and it'll sit on magnets. So when you're in the show, you just bust it off and they go away. You know, but when you're on the street, they still look good. The rearview mirrors are going to be the same way. All that stuff comes off. The way you look at it from the front, it's almost like it's sitting on its nose in front of you, you know? Unbelievable. The suspension worked out just right, so no matter what position the tires are in, it can go up or down all the way without touching the tires. It gets really close in all the positions, but it doesn't, the tires are actually on the axis. So when this comes around, this actually dives in first, and this one comes forward as it's coming around, so it misses everything perfectly. We were talking about it the other day about putting in this roof liner that looks like clouds, like a dark storm, a gray storm floating over your head, you know, draping down if you were like at cloud level. And it's gonna have the moon in the back of it. This is out of a Model T. This is a dome light out of a Model T. They used to make these out of glass. It's a very nice piece. That's gonna be the moon in the back. And it's all LED. But you get a very even light with the diffuser in. This is one of the eyeballs. And this is going to be on here like this. It's a super bright LED. We were trying to get it rushed and get as much of it done. And then it got to this point where there was like a whole big change. I didn't like the lights. I didn't like, you know, the way several things were coming out. So it was time to stop and reassess everything. This is kind of a piece we're doing on the roof. This is what I settled for, because I was going to do a whole visor, but I didn't like the visor. It just kept not working out, so we ended up with this. This will be all scaled and everything. It's gonna be like a hood ornament, only, you know, not on the hood. The dash, I'm fixing to change that. I'm gonna change the way that I'm gonna mount the speedometer. It was straight first, and I didn't like that. Then I made it curve. Still didn't like that. I didn't like the way the surface of the dash is, so now I'm starting to fill the dash in with all the solid metal, with just the rods. It's all gonna be armature rod for this whole thing, and then it'll be brushed down. You can do about an hour of this, and then you have to get up and move around for about 2 hours. This is the part that I'm getting too old for. I am almost to the point where I don't want to put anything else on that dashboard. I'm like, you know, just really loath to put a Speedo in the middle of all that beautiful dash right there. What do you think, Erik? Think she's gonna make it? I hope somebody's betting money against me. That's my most fervent prayer. God, I hope somebody's betting against me. Good energy. So I'm anticipating being on the road since I don't have a gas gauge. I took this and put a primer pump on it so you can prime the gas if you run out of gas. You don't have to worry about having to sit there and run your battery down to start the engine up, you know? It's nice to have that when you're in the middle of nowhere. Is that running enough? I gotta get my temporary tags for the Phantom so I can go get all the rest of my paperwork stuff done on it. That way I can drive it around and get it tuned up and get the front end aligned. So that's where I'm going. Pretty much all I need is my liability insurance. That's got all my VIN numbers and stuff on it. Be right back. But that's for the Phantom. That's a 30-day permit so I can run around and do all my inspections and stuff like that without getting in any trouble. Does it really show up well? Those lights there have about 7 LEDs a piece on them. So that's for nighttime. But you know, also the lenses work so well that it fulfills my side view markers too for inspection. I'm glad we built them this way. It came out perfect. Some people seem to think that speed is important for making art. I hope I got this right. What's going on? After the parade? Yeah, probably. Yeah. They're gonna have people watching them if we're not there, or we have to be there with the car, or just the car. Okay. As you're welding it, it's pulling the skin tight, so the skin actually looks tighter than when we first put it down. As you're going forward, every once in a while you hear a little weld go bing. Yeah, it'll pop loose. It's been like a few happy mistakes and a lot of discovery. Oh, that's pretty nice though. That's hitting better than it was. As good as that gets. That does not sound bad, man. Let her warm up. It's close, man. That's pretty freaking close right there. This is Brosauce, dual Solexes. The linkage? Okay. Yeah. Okay. See you at the parade tomorrow, man. All right, thanks, bye. Sweet. Don't you sound happy? It's ready, baby. It got rid of all the bad noises on the way over here. Woohoo! It was really noisy when we took up. I had a brake, it had some crap in the brake line and it was going but that all popped out and the noise in the back finally shut up. Just everything's smooth and perfect. Gotta go.
Thank you.
Oh, got the cramp. I'm more awake and more rested than I've ever been at any parade that I've ever showed up before. And on time. I'm doing good. My car's happy. Can't ask for nothing better.
I am thinking it wasn't it.
place art car winners. Each first place winner is going to receive, of course, the grandest of trophies, handmade by you throughout the year, and $700. T. Burge. T. Sweet T.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Sometimes it takes 2 years, but it's not bad. Congratulations,
Thank you. See the flies around it? Right here.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Kill him dead.
Kill him. Let's kill
And
him.
bury his art car with him in it.
That's what we do to winners.
It's dressed up like a coffin inside, so.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how the hell do you, it's about like stuffing you in a coffin, isn't it? Congrats, buddy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much. Beautiful work. Thank you very much. All right.
Peace be, man. Be good. Good luck with everything that's coming down your way, man.
Look how shiny it is. Yeah, it looks great. It just reflects on every inch of the car.
Did you win? Did you win $1,000?
No, 1,700.
Oh, sweet.
First place art car. And I got this trophy for first place art car. Put it on my trophy stack. All the other trophies. Yeah. Nah. This is the Phantoms. It's based on 1930s Art Deco bodywork, you know. Kind of, I love the old cars like that. And it's gonna be 5 ghosts going down the road together. I'm sleepy. I need to go to bed. It's a real sculpture. It's got pigeon on it. And there we are.